Keep your hands on where I can see them. Hey! Let me... Keep your hands where I can see them. Okay? Put them up on the dash. Put them on the dash. I'm not going to shoot you. Put your hands on the dash. Put your hands on the dash. The last time I'm going to tell you that. It's simple. He keeps moving his hands around. He won't listen to what I have to say. Okay? Put them on your head.
Open your mouth. Spit out what you got. Spit out what you got. I'm going to tase you. Spit it out. Easy.
Don't you jerk away from me.
Put your hands behind your sweat.
Okay, no. Slowly come on out. Put your hand on your head. Okay, relax then. You're not going to get beat up or nothing. You just follow what we're asking you to do. Come on, lean back. What do you got there? Huh? Hey, pull back a second. What do you got there? What do you got there?
I got my paper.
I got something in here. He's got a...
Take me to my car, man.
Hang on.
Please, somebody help me,
Hang
man.
on.
Oh, my God, man.
Stand up.
Please, man.
Stand up
I
for
want
me.
to go back.
Stand up.
I want to go back, man. I ain't gonna do that. That's wrong, man.
Come on, walk with me.
This is like
Walk with me. Walk with me.
my thing, man. God, man.
Stand up.
Why you doing me like this?
Stand up.
God,
Come on.
man. Man, I want another. Please, another. Please,
Sit.
please.
Take a seat.
Please, man. Please. No, take a seat. I can't choke. I can't breathe, nothing. Please. Please.
Fine. Stop moving.
Mama.
Yeah,
Mama.
it's in the,
Mama.
one of the front couches
Mama.
on my right side bag.
Mama.
All right, everyone. So let's talk some more about the story of George Floyd, which is really another example of America being ideologically scammed, because that's what this is. It's an ideological scam where you have these ideologues and people who claim to be, intellectuals when they're really just agitators and provocateurs, telling people about how the police are evil and they're out to hunt poor black folks for no reason at all. They just want to kill colored folks because they're racist. And, the police goes all the way back to the Ku Klux Klan. And, the American police apparatus is rooted in the European colonial systemic racist, racialistic, systematic system that goes all the way back to the Mayflower, goes all the way back to the year 1619 when the Puritans landed on the Massachusetts region colony. That's where it goes back, man. When you look at a police officer, you're not really looking at a police officer. You're really looking at a Puritan who just wants to kill Indians before he has his Thanksgiving dinner. So, someone in the comments told me, Ted, there's a video from 2019 of George Floyd being arrested. And I was like, hold up. Not going to waste this opportunity. I'm going to do a YouTube search. So I typed in George Floyd 2019, and there it was. A video of George Floyd being arrested in 2019. Oh boy, did I see a behavioral pattern in this one. In the 2019 video, Floyd has opioids on him. And another thing is that Floyd is crying and calling for his mother. It's the same thing that we see in 2020. George Floyd had opioids on him. In fact, he had drugs in his mouth that he spit out. The cops found the drugs in the cop vehicle. He spit it out because he didn't want to get caught. And George Floyd was screaming for his mother in the 2020 video. And you'll see the same ways of crying in both videos. Oh, mama. Oh, please don't kill me. Oh, don't shoot me, sir. Oh, come on, man. Come on, don't shoot me, man. Don't kill me, man. Come on, come on. Don't kill me, man. Come on, man. Don't kill me, please. Please don't kill me, man. Come on, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, my mama. Oh, come on, man. Don't shoot me, man. Don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. I just want to go home, man. Please don't kill me, man. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. And then, of course, you have the cops in the 2019 video and the 2020 video. The cops doing the same thing. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. No. Get out of the car. Now, the officers in the 2019 video said, hey, we're not going to kill you. You know, you just got to comply with what we're telling you to do. That's all we're asking. And he's still resisting, and he's still fidgeting, and he's still screaming, and he's still crying, and still calling his mother. And, oh, come on, man. Come on, please. Come on, man. Come on, man. Mama. You'll see it in the 2019 video, and you see it in the 2020 video. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, either this guy is acting or he's mentally ill. I can't think of any other explanations other than this. It's like as soon as he gets arrested, he puts up this tantrum. He puts up this tirade where he's talking about his mother and he's crying and he's talking about how he doesn't want to get shot. I see a pattern of behavior. And it's obvious that George Floyd had a history of hysteria when he got arrested. Now, you're going to have the naysayers, and you're going to have the sophists and the deceivers and the liars filled with guile who are going to present the argument that Floyd's behavior was not dishonest, nor was it mental illness, but it was trauma. Trauma from 400 years of slavery. And you're going to have the so-called professors who are really just pseudo-intellectuals with their glasses get in front of the camera and say something like, well, what's happening with Mr. Floyd in both of these videos, what I see as a professor, as an academic, someone who has been studying this subject for 40 years, what I'm seeing right now is the phenomena of trauma on a man's mind. I'm seeing the impact of not just immediate trauma from events that take place within recent memory, but generational trauma as well. Imagine being a slave and your family is enslaved, and it goes back generations, 400 years of slavery. Don't you think that would have some sort of a traumatic impact on someone? That's what I'm seeing with George Floyd. The immediate weeping upon seeing the handcuffs. This is really a sign of mental trauma, and it's really an expression of post-traumatic stress linked to the systemic racism that African Americans have been having to deal with since 1619, when the Puritans landed on the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Imagine seeing a pair of handcuffs and automatically feeling trauma, automatically feeling emotional distress. This is really a sign of trauma. When he sees the handcuffs, he is actually seeing a whip in the hands of the slave owner. When he is crying for his mother, he is actually thinking... When he's crying for his mother, he is actually thinking about the slave owner taking the African mother into the house, away from the children. This is what he is. He himself is not thinking this, but this is what the generational trauma is perceiving. And then, of course, you're going to have the bums, the pseudo-intellectuals, the BET intellectuals, the rap artists, and they're going to come out and they're going to be like, yo, man, when George Floyd was like crying like that, man, that's trauma, yo. That's trauma. When he's screaming for his mother, man, that's trauma, yo. That goes all the way back to slave days, man, because the slave owner used to take the mothers away from the children, yo. They used to make the mothers sex slaves, man. They used to make the mothers sex slaves. That's why they used to bring in the women to live in the slave master's home. They say that they brought in the women to make gumbo and collard greens and cornbread for the slave master, when in reality, yo, man, that was exploitation, yo. That was exploitation. You know what I'm saying, yo? So when George Floyd is crying, man, that's trauma, yo. That's trauma that goes all the way back to 400 years of slavery, yo. And I think there needs to be some kind of adequate reparations to heal the wounds, yo. I'm thinking $100,000 for every black man, woman, and child, yo, to pay for our education, yo. So you're going to have that nonsense. But I'm just looking at these videos, I think it's quite obvious that George Floyd had a history of acting this way. Again, either it was a face that he was presenting to get pity or sympathy for him, or this man was mentally ill and this was the effect of drugs. I'm going to go with the former of the two because there's a video of George Floyd talking and he sounds very articulate. He's obviously someone who has his cognitive abilities still intact. I think this was a face. I think Floyd was always putting up this sort of act. So, yeah, it's almost like he was playing Russian roulette. You know, the first time they arrested him, he's like, "I'm gonna try this out," and then the second time, he's like, "I'm gonna try this out." No, you're not. And that was the end of him. So here we have yet another story in America of half of the country worshiping a bum. That's what this is. It's bum worship is what it is. We saw this with Michael Brown. We saw this with Trayvon Martin. We saw this with Breonna Taylor. We saw this with Jacob Blake. Every year we have one or two or three of these stories being pushed by the media. And the media is pushing it because they want to get the black man to hate the white man. And they want to get the white man to hate the black man even more. That's what this is. That's why they always talk about George Floyd, or they talk about these other guys who were not, murdered with malintentions. And then they have the riots, and the media then headlines the riots, and they want you to focus on the riots. They're hitting two birds with one stone. They get the blacks up in arms with, a video of a black man being shot by a white officer. Warning, some of this footage may be disturbing to some people. And then they have riots in Minneapolis, riots in LA, riots in Oakland, riots in Atlanta. A Wendy's got burned down in Atlanta. What's this about, everyone? What's this about? Think about it. Use your noggin, yo. Get your knowledge, yo. Be woke, yo. Think about it. Have some awareness as to the plan that is taking place. Anyway, you guys just heard some theology. God bless.